Good morning. My name is Sajin Sahadevan. I'm the digital marketing head for Dock 365 Incorporated. We are a Microsoft partner company based in Jacksonville, Florida. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm going to showcase our solution called Dock, and also I'm going to highlight one of our recent implementations that we have done for a nonprofit organization and how they actually benefited using Dock. And that's it. So I'm just going to go ahead with this presentation. Okay, so before I start the webinar, I'm just going to bring in some housekeeping rules. So you can just follow the hashtag DocWebinar at mydoc365. That's our Twitter page. So you can find the updates from there. And also, if you have any questions during the session, I would strongly recommend you to enter the questions in the chat so that I can get back to you once the webinar is over, or at the end of the webinar. Okay, so well, technology is your differentiator. So what here I try to bring is technology leaders far outperform their peers in the marketplace, and this has been stated by the Boston Consulting Group, where organizations who have chosen the latest technologies, they have achieved at least 15% of the faster revenue growth, and also they have doubled their faster job growth as well. So if you choose the latest technology, that's going to be a differentiator, definitely a differentiator for your organization. Okay, so the trends that's impacting the way we work. As you know, there are 1 billion smartphones. It's already there actually in 2016, and 350 million of them are using it at work. As you see, most of the applications, business applications, is readily available in the application in the phones actually. So where also Dock is something that we have developed. It's actually available for mobile devices as well, where you'll be able to work on it and outperform your tasks, and you can actually get your tasks done easily. 82% of the world's online population engages in social networking. So good news is you have Dock where you can easily collaborate. Dock is an intranet portal which can also include different departmental portals as well. And all the activities done by your employees, you'll be able to collaborate with each other, get your work done much faster and much productively. This is what we are looking at. And 50% of the enterprise customers are on the road to the cloud. So everyone's actually moving into the cloud. That's what even Microsoft is intending to do. What we as a vendor or as a product, we also ensure that your data sits secure and it sits on Microsoft platform. So that's it about Dock, the turnkey internet portal. It's powered by SharePoint Online or Microsoft Office 365. So what's special about Dock? Now, I've been talking a lot about Dock. Now, what actually is Dock? Now, Dock is an internet portal which sits on top of Office 365 and SharePoint. So Dock is basically built on top of Microsoft platform, which is the world's trusted platform for years, right? And it's not Chinese. It's known to everyone. We've been using it since childhood. So Dock is a pre-built intranet for SharePoint. So basically, every Office 365 customer has a SharePoint instance, or they have a SharePoint Online access. And what we as a product company do is we actually build a SharePoint solution for you. It's a ready solution that's available for you. It has all your department portals, and it provides core intranet capabilities. You can share your information within your employees. You can store documents. You can also do a lot of document management. You can do departmental activities as well, which I'll be explaining further after this presentation. You can also leverage O365, that's Office 365 services. You can also provide enough flexibility for large clients, and it's built on development best practices. So we, as a 15-year-old company, we have come across over 65 product implementations, and we have used this expertise to develop such a solution. And yes, faster deployment. It's a ready solution, so it's more like a plug and play for you. So it's not going to take a lot of time for you to have it deployed in your organization. Okay, so been talking a lot about Dock's technicalities. So now what's the business value? What are you gonna get out of Dock? Best experience across devices. Now, as I mentioned, it sits on a Microsoft platform. So the good news is you can use Dock on any devices. We recommend you using an iPad where you'll be able to enable and improve mobile productivity. You can increase your employee satisfaction and retention. You can also simplify and save with a per user licensing model. So we actually follow a per user licensing model, which I'll be taking you across in the last slide. Probably after the demo, I will be discussing about the pricing. You can stay connected to your business. Now, since I mentioned this is a cloud-based solution, with the help of your internet connectivity, you can actually stay connected to your business 24/7, anytime, anywhere on the go, where you'll be able to find new ways to collaborate. You'll be able to scale enough to organize and manage all your information assets. And it's designed to organize and store documents to enable your personal productivity, and you can keep your teams in sync and your projects on track. So that's the best, and that's the beauty of having Dock. You don't need to worry about your security measures because Dock sits on a very secure environment, which is actually provided by Microsoft. If you've heard about Microsoft Azure, that's where your Dock data sits in. So all your data goes into Microsoft Azure, and as you know, Microsoft never compromises on the data security, so you don't have to worry about your critical business data because it sits on a Microsoft cloud. It streamlines your legal discovery and it complies with all your industry and government regulations. And it's going to run the way you want, right? So you'll be able to reduce software deployment and update costs with the streaming technology. It's going to accelerate the adoption of online services, and good news is you will be able to reduce your IT operation costs with common tools. So the good news, again, what you can do is having Dock, Microsoft supports you the entire year, right? So it's a cloud-based solution. So any downtimes or whatsoever issues, we as a product company, Dock, we are always there to support you 24/7. Also, in addition, all your updates are covered within this subscription. Okay, so what are the features that we got? Okay, so that's the screenshot of our portal, which for sure I'm going to show you how the solution is going to look like. So these are the landing page features or the home page features that we have. So for Dock, you have a company-wide alert. So it's a configurable alert with approval workflow. So you can bring in alerts, company-wide alerts, so that your entire team is well aware of it. Also, you have a photo gallery, you have quick downloads. You can also do an event management. There's an event management tool. So basically you have a calendar on it, and then you can put up a description, and everyone is well aware of the events that's happening. Your past events and your future events can be tracked. You have an organization directory where you can showcase employees' achievements, birthdays, and anniversaries. And as I mentioned earlier, it's well available for mobile devices, so that's a good thing. Again, you can make use of this portal from your mobile devices. It also brings in control access to documents and content based on security and user roles. So that's actually a SharePoint feature that you get with Dock. So that's the real advantage that you're going to gain. You can set user permissions on documents. Let's say like you can bring in edit or read only, or those kind of user permissions can be actually brought into specific documents so that you know whom to share your documents, right? So that's very much possible in this. And surveys and polls, so you can get your employee feedback through surveys and polls, and use an announcement. This is something which we brought into the Dock, where you can manage your company-wide news and announcements. You can keep your employees up to date. Forms and procedures, yes, you can have an access to frequently used forms and procedures, and this is a very beautiful search functionality that we have brought into Dock, which is again powered by SharePoint, where you can experience single core adaptive graphical refiners and search applications. There's a meta tag driven search as well. And also you have a social, that's personal sites, feeds, communities, follows, likes, and like Yammer. So Yammer is a enterprise social media platform that you'll be getting as a package with Dock. So these are the department sites that you can get with Dock. As you have sales, training, HR, finance, and IT. You You can also bring in optional departments depending on your work environment, so that's very much possible. So basically we're just trying to say that it's very much customizable. Just going in depth with the sales portal. So these are the features that we have brought into the sales portal. We just try to bring in a bit of CRM. So we actually did a research on the Microsoft Dynamics CRM. What are the features? I'm not saying it has the complete features of Dynamics CRM. It's kind of a baby. You have at least a 10% of what a sales cycle would have. Basically the leads and opportunities, the accounts, and the quotes. Basically, the quotes in one place where you can store all your quotes, your sales quotes, contracts. So we brought in a small flavor of CRM sales module over here. Again, this portal has a news and announcements, sales and literature, competitor data. And yeah, as I mentioned, the lead and opportunity are the core areas that will be covered in the sales portal. Also the HR portal, where you'll be able to access the frequently used documents, the employee handbook, you have a PTO request, you have HR forms, and yes, the benefits. These kind of documents can be accessed easily. The IT portal that we have designed here is basically the help desk. So you'll be able to send support tickets or submit help desk tickets, and you can also manage tickets. So that's what we intend to bring in IT portal. You'll be having an access to the IT library and the FAQs. And also you have a training portal where we have brought in a small feature where you have the job aids, the videos and digital content. So you'll be able to share or view videos just like YouTube for your organization with user permissions. You also have training manuals where you'll be able to download or view training manuals, which is available in your site. And yeah, you also have a training calendar. So it's a fantastic feature that we have brought in here. You'll be able to track your upcoming or ended training sessions. Okay, the finance portal where you'll be able to access your financial reports, contracts, compliance, and taxes related documents. Okay, so I hope you remember I wanted to explain, or I want to give you an information about our recent climb. It's called Verify Foundation, where they have chosen Dock to enhance their employee productivity and collaboration. So they're a pretty big company. They've been doing a lot of services, especially to find the missing children across the region, right? So when they approached Dock 365 Incorporated, they just wanted to have a solution to manage their donor. They actually wanted a donor management module. They wanted to manage their donor details, and also they wanted to bring in a great homepage where they get a lot of alerts. They have news and announcements, and they also focused on document management, and that's where Dock came into the picture, and they really see a lot of benefits choosing Dock, and they have already really told us that okay, Dock is something that we really looked at into, and they can really see the benefits, and they can really change us in the organization. Okay, so this is our department portal, or the turnkey internet portal called Dock. So this is the home page as you see here. And as I mentioned, this sits on Office 365 SharePoint, as I mentioned. So you don't have to worry about the updates. Okay, so we all come up with latest updates for the solution. So as you see here, this is the home page where you have a nice slider here, where you can flash in your latest news with good images. So I have something over here, and I have my tools on the right hand side where I can bring in my favorite tools which I'll be using. So good news is you have some SharePoint App Center has a couple of apps where your SharePoint or your Dock admin, right, or your IT administrator will be giving you access, and you can add in your favorite applications. So I've added some of them, like Ask a Question, Ideas and Votes, Power BI, which is a fantastic analytical tool, Sticky Notes, and Calendar, right? So I have a couple of them which I'll be actually showcasing it to you. So let's see, I'm just going to open one of them. Also, moving forward, as I mentioned, the company-wide alerts, right? So if you see here, yeah, there's an alert. It says schedule server maintenance, Tuesday, July 5, starts from 6 to 12. where I can bring in this kind of an alert. I can put it over here and my entire team has a look at it. So they're well aware of the kind of a situation that's happening in the organization. So they know what's happening over here. I also have quick buttons over here. You can see the brand center, contacts, gallery, FAQs, right? So it's all there on my portal. So I just have to go ahead and just access it. Also, as I mentioned, I have a news and announcement where I can bring in the latest news. It's more like a knowledge acquisition for my employees. I can bring in the latest news over here with the date and the topic, so they know which one to choose and they can just go ahead and read them. And also on my right hand side, I have some quick buttons again here. Like I can go ahead and click on them and products and services, policies, procedures. So these all are customizable, by the way. So this is, as I mentioned, at least 60 to 70% of the solution can be customized based on your requirement. So whatever we have brought in over here, this is from our experience so far. Most of our customers have, suggested such, functionalities and icons. So we have bought into the solution from our previous experience. Also, you can see here you have the quick links. So these are basically the lists. So where you can, go ahead and, enter those details. So I'm just going to click on board members. So let's see what's going to show. Also, I can capture employee details. These are basically the forms, right? So we have brought in some lists over here where you'll be able to easily manage your documents. So these are like the board members. Not put images for security reasons, so I've just put in some default image. So I can go ahead and add in all the details here. Like board members. So this is one of the calendars that I was mentioning. So we have a in-house Dock calendar. Apart from that, there's another calendar where it actually syncs with your existing, syncs with your Outlook, right? So that's about my tool calendar that I have here. Also, as I mentioned about the event management, if you can see here, I can track the upcoming events. So these are the upcoming events that I have in my calendar. So I'm well aware of the events that's happening in the, which is actually coming up, upcoming events. So I have a track of it. And also we have an interesting quick downloads. Now here, what you see here, now I have an access to the quick download. I have an access to the types of documents. Now if you see here, I have a document. I'll be able to find out what kind of document I have. Now if you see here the business document, it's a Word file. Because why? Because you have a logo on the side of it, right? So I'll be able to differentiate what kind of documents I have. Now if you see here the maintenance BRD, this is a PowerPoint presentation. I have a PDF file that's a company event report. So I'll be able to differentiate very easily rather than going and opening it and finding out what kind of a document I have. So similarly, I have a text document. So we have brought in different icons for most of the file types that we find these days. So feel free to upload them and you can find what kind of logo it will appear and you'll be able to differentiate. So that's about the home portal that I have. So I'm just moving ahead with the department portal. So as you see here, this is my sales portal. If you see the drop down, I have sales literature, case studies, sales support, job posting, accounts and competitors. Similarly for finance, I have financial reports, contact, compliance and taxes. And for human resources, I have HR forms, benefits, recognition. For IT, I have my tickets, IT library and requests. And for training, I have job aids, training manuals, training workbooks, and training calendar. So probably I'm just going to take you through sales and training because it's like an ocean. I would like to do a one-on-one demo. Probably I just brush up through a main or the critical portals where we have more functionalities. Probably I'll just go through that. So let's go to the sales module. Okay, so I have, as I mentioned earlier, I have a news and announcements. I have a quick download similar to the home page, but this department portal is specific to the sales team, right? So also I'll be able to give access particularly for the sales team. Now, for example, now I have a 5 departmental organization. Now I can give doc access only to the specific departments. Now let's say I belong to the sales team. I have been given an access to the doc portal. So what happens is I'll be only given an access to the home and sales department and not the finance, human resources, IT and training. So I can go to an extent of giving such user permissions. So as you see here, I have an alerts specific for the sales team. So if you see here, the sales team meeting is scheduled on 10th July at 11 a.m. I have a news and announcement specific to the sales team here. Also the quick downloads, what you saw in the home page, and I have some quick buttons like, let's say, case studies, competitors, gallery, and job posting. So we have bought in actually some quick menus over here. Okay, and also that's it about the sales portal. So what I really wanted to show you is the training portal. So let's go to the training portal, and I'll be showing you the training calendar. Before that, I wanted to show you the sales accounts tab. So this is where my account sits over here. If you see the title, the account name, what the type of an account. So if it's a prospect or a customer, what's the phone numbers over here, their emails, what's the primary contact, and the website. So we brought in a bit of a CRM kind of a functionality over here, so you'll be able to find out what kind of accounts you're talking to and who are the people that you're talking to. So that's a very good tool that we have brought in over here. Also the training portal. We brought in the similar alerts, news announcements, and quick downloads with the similar quick buttons over here. So it makes it easier for your employees to find out, the options. It's much more easier, right? They'll be able to find out what kind of functionalities they can use easily. And let's go to the training calendar. This is what I really wanted to show you guys, where you'll be able to find out what kind of events that's happening in the organization. So as you see here, I have a fully populated calendar over here, right? So let's say I have a sales team orientation or any sort of information that actually comes into picture over here. So you see here, right? We have a maintenance team meet. There was new sales team orientation. So HR recruitment. So everything's all there in my calendar. So I just have to go and click and find out the information. As simple as that. And we can also bring in color codes for specific departments. This is something which we are working on the next update. Let's say for the sales, we are trying to bring in a red color. Finance, we have a blue. Human resources, yellow, orange, something like that. So we're trying to bring in color codes for specific departments, so you'll be able to differentiate what kind of training events for specific departments. Training events for specific departments. This is something we are working on. So that's all about the Dock portal, the basics. I just wanted to give you a walkthrough to our solution. The next best feature that I would like to showcase is the search feature, which is a very essential tool for every intranet portal. So I'm just going to go ahead and search something over here. Let's say, I'm just going to search sales. Let's make it very simple. Okay, so just search for sales. Let's see what we got. Okay. Now, this is the greatest feature that we have for SharePoint and Dock, basically. So this is the SharePoint feature that we have, which we have embedded within Dock. So let's say I've searched for sales. Now it goes and searches on each documents and each, what do you say, the portals, the department portal. So it actually does a deep dive into the entire solution and finds out for the keyword sales, right? I can filter this result type with the type of the file. Let's say if I have an Excel file which contains sales, image files, PDF, PowerPoint, SharePoint, the entire SharePoint site or web pages. So I'll be able to drill down the type of search that I have. Also, I can search based on the author. So on my name or someone else, based on the authors. I can also bring in a filter over here. So I want to see sales related documents probably 1 week ago or 1 month ago to 1 week ago. So I can bring in kind of filters over here. So this is based on a graphical representation. So I can also see over here. So if you see, I have 38 posts, which is between 1 year ago and 1 month ago. I have 21 posts between 1 month ago and 1 week ago. And earlier than 1 year ago was like 11 posts. So I can actually go here and click and then I can find out. And also if I'm going to hover or my mouse over each content, so I'll be able to see over here. I can do an immediate action. I can post, I can talk about this on Yammer, which I mentioned earlier. It's a social media tool, enterprise social media tool. Now I can directly send out this document to someone else. Perfectly. So, this link goes directly to the user. I can open it from here. Yeah, that's a standard feature. So yeah, so that's about the search feature that we have. So that's it about. So that concludes with my demo. I'm just going to take you back to my presentation. Now, this is what we offer. So talking about the power of choice or the pricing. So as per our global price list, we have 3 offerings. We have Business Essentials, we have Business Premium, and Dock Enterprise. Business Essentials come with a $299 per month, which is billed annually for 100 users. So it includes 100 users, which is more like $2 per user kind of an approach, and your additional users are charged at $2 per user. And for Business Premium, you'll be getting Business Essentials plus you get customized portal. So we work on customized requirement, one customized requirement basically, probably with one of your portals. We'll try to bring in additional workflows in our Dock Enterprise level. That is $1,999, where you have number of users included 500 users. And that's completely like a complete custom solution which is built for your organization. That's where Dock Enterprise lies in. So what's next? You can sign up for a 30-day free trial from our website at www.mydock365.com. So you can go ahead and sign up for a 30-day trial. It's not going to cost you anything. So go ahead and then sign up for a 30-day trial. We would be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. And if you want to have, if you need any additional information, if you want any brochures or you want to have more information about our product, you can send an email to sajin.sahadevan@mydock365.com. I would be happy to assist you. And if you have any questions, please do send it to us. I would be really excited to help you out with this. That's it. Just waiting for a couple of questions. Okay. Yeah, I see one of the questions. Probably I'll just reply back by email. And also I'll be publishing some of the questions, what we have discussed, what I've received. I'm going to probably publish it in our blog at mydock365.wordpress.com. So I'm going to send you all the details by email. And thank you very much for attending our webinar today. And that's it. And we are trying to bring in more and more features for Dock in the coming updates. And please stay tuned. And I'll be sending out mailers with more product updates. And that's it from my side. And thank you very much and wish you a great day ahead. Thank you.